Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I want to thank my good friends, the Honourable Member for Ross Skye and Lacarber and Easington, and of course an excellent speech from the member from Southend West. And I know that someone else who would have undoubtedly have been here as her predecessor, the great David Amis, I'm sure would have been here taking part in this debate as well, not only pushing the case for for Southend United, but of course his beloved West Ham United. And I'm sure when West Ham United won the Europa Conference League, he was looking down with a smile on his face. I also want to commend, if I can, Mr Deputy Speaker, Member of the Scottish Parliament, Michael Mara, who has been leading, a Labour MSP who has been leading some debates on this in the Scottish Parliament. I would also like to commend the Daily Record newspaper for their support for this campaign as well. I was very pleased that they had published a story highlighting this debate. And I think we should mention that the Daily Record and Michael Mara have had the support of other former footballers who have written to authorities asking that this diagnosis of an industrial injury is put in place, including Alec McLeish, former Scotland manager, and of course the great Sir Alex Ferguson. I think, Mr Deputy Speaker, the evidence of industrial injury we've now heard from Glasgow University, Nottingham University, University of Boston in the United States seems fairly clear now that there is definitely a link between football injuries, head injuries, or heading the ball is leading to dementia, Alzheimer's, and other conditions. And why is that? Now, I made a mistake, Mr Deputy Speaker. Let's call it a schoolboy error, as it would be known in football, is that when the Daily Record newspaper published a story about this debate, I made that schoolboy error of reading the comments afterwards. And a journalist once told me, Mr Deputy Speaker, never read the comments of a story you're mentioned in. But there was a lot of scepticism in the comments. And I think that what frustrated me is people saying there's no link. Well, as I'd said earlier in my exchange with the Honourable Member for Easington, my good friend, I'm doing some work with the Rangers Football Club Former Players Association on this, because they are very interested in this topic, because they do think too there's something in it, because they have been providing support thanks to the donations from their supporters, are providing support to former players. And that does include paying for respite care for families of those former players who have dementia, and just ensuring that the family members have a break for an hour or two a week, so that they can go and do shopping and all the rest of it. And I think that the work that the former Rangers Players Association are doing in this regard should also be commended. But there was initial scepticism even within the former players community when this was first talked about. But the advocates now of those who think that there is something in it, that the evidence is clear, is former wingers, because they've worked out that they were going down the wing, they've crossed the ball, and it's the centre half or the centre forwards which are now the high profile cases, many of the great players that have been mentioned in this debate. And the other reason I think that I do want to highlight that's been touched upon is in relation to wages. Now, there are some sceptics, Mr Deputy Speaker, who think that we are advocating on this for rich people, those who look at the telephone number type salaries you see in transfer window day, when you see, if you're watching Sky Sports News, you see all these huge numbers flashing around, that's wages. Well, it's not the case for many of the people caught up with this, Mr Deputy Speaker, because, as has been said earlier, depending on what level you played in, if you played at the top level, 60s and 70s, you're probably earning twice the amount of an average tradesman. If you're in the lower leagues, it would be about the same wage as an average tradesman. Some play, of course, for the love of the game. They might only get £10. I remember there was some football clubs in Scotland, even in the 1990s, they would just pay travel expenses and and £10 for playing. And there are reasons for that, of course. Gordon Smith, former Rangers, Brighton and Hove Albion, Manchester City player, former chief executive of the Scottish Football Association, had a chat with me about this when he heard that this issue was being debated. And he had told me that when he signed for Rangers Football Club, Jock Wallace, the then manager, had told him, "I've been trying to sign you, Gordon, for the last 4 seasons." And Gordon Smith didn't know that Rangers had been trying to sign him for the last 4 seasons. And why was that the case? Because football clubs at the time held the registration of a player. The registration lied with the club. And so they did not know and wouldn't be told that another football club was interested in them if that club chose to keep that player. And that's what was driving wages down at that point, was exactly the point that the registration was held by the club. And so therefore I think that we need to hear from the Minister today to ensure what work he's doing with his colleagues in the Department of Work and Pensions to ensure that this is recognised as an industrial injury. As has been also touched on by the Honourable Member for Strangford, the ball that was used in the 50s, 60s and 70s was a lot heavier, a lot harder. It was, especially if you're playing in inclement weather, and it might surprise you, Mr Deputy Speaker, but in Scotland we do get inclement weather during the football season. But if there was rain or if it was caught in mud, it would become even heavier. And therefore, that is almost certainly one of the reasons why this situation has come about. I think it's fairly clear, Mr Deputy Speaker, there is cross-party consensus, and I want to thank all the members who signed up to have this debate today. And I look forward to hearing from the Minister, because I do think we now need a strategy now with his department, the Department of Work and Pensions, so that our heroes can get the support that they need. Thank you.